Hey, welcome back to the series where I'm helping people connect with their intuition, map out their nervous systems, have a healthier relationship with their bodies, and even build stronger community using somatic psych theory. So in this video, I'm going to be using our freeze survival response as an example of times when two parts of our autonomic nervous system work together to collaborate during some emotionally complicated situations. If what I just said doesn't exactly make sense to you, please look at the older videos in my series. I break down the basics of the autonomic nervous system, what each of the three parts do, etc. in my older videos. So, like I've said before, your autonomic nervous system is constantly searching your environment with its neuroception to figure out if you are safe or not safe. So constantly receiving signs of danger and safety in the environment and interpreting these signs in seconds before you even realize what's going on, right? So let's say your autonomic nervous system is picking up on some signs that you might not be safe. So in seconds, it needs to run through its Rolodex and figure out what it needs to do in this scenario. So there might be times where you can't run and you can't fight, and your autonomic nervous system needs to buy some time. So in those situations, your autonomic nervous system might decide to freeze. Now, I really want to highlight that freeze is an involuntary survival response, meaning you're not choosing to freeze. Your conscious mind, right, the one that's like, what am I going to have to eat on Tuesday? Or what clothes am I going to wear to XYZ? That part of your mind is not involved in choosing when it comes time to freeze. The parts of your brain that controls breathing and your heartbeat and stuff like that, those involuntary automatic, think autonomic, automatic parts of your brain handling the parts of your existence that's outside of your immediate control, that's who's in charge here. That's who's making these choices, right? So when I say that your autonomic nervous system chooses to freeze in the face of danger, you aren't choosing to freeze. Your survival brain is choosing to freeze. Like play, freezing is another balancing act for the autonomic nervous system. You need the energy from your sympathetic nervous system to help you get to safety, and you also need the dorsal vagus this time to help you pause so you can avoid danger and potentially regroup in the moment. Freezing can happen before or after fight or flight. It really depends on what your autonomic nervous system needs and how much time it needs to buy to figure out how to get you to safety. You know that you're freezing when you're feeling stuck, but you're still looking for your way out. In freeze, your nervous system is still looking to get you to safety. You're not in full-on shutdown yet. At the end of the day, the body really wants to be regulated, it wants to survive, and it really wants to be safe. And freezing is a valid, tried and true way to avoid danger, to reduce exposure to trauma, and to eventually get to safety. Freezing allows your body to live to fight another day. And if freezing didn't work, animals and humans would not still be doing it. People who have experienced traumas could also have a lot of experience with freezing, and that could lead to feelings of guilt and anger at yourself, shaming yourself, and thinking that you should have done more to protect yourself. That's why it's so important to know how the nervous system works and how the freeze survival response works, because again, freezing was not an active conscious decision that you made. Freezing was an executive decision, right? Basically, freezing was a quick choice that your autonomic nervous system decided to make in seconds, because the situation that you were experiencing that required you to freeze was so hectic and so scary that your autonomic nervous system needed to step in immediately. It took stock of all of that information and decided that freezing was the safest option for you in that moment. And honestly, shout out to your autonomic nervous system, because you're here today alive watching this video because of the work that your autonomic nervous system has done throughout your life. So, learning what your freeze response looks like and learning how to support and collaborate with your body in getting you to safety is part of this whole healing process. If this video was helpful or interesting to you, please consider joining my private practice's $3 Patreon so I can provide more free therapy to more Black people. Alright, well, that's that for now. Be sure to thank your nervous system on the way out.